Now let's see the anonymous functions in Python. So as I mentioned earlier, like lambda functions are also called anonymous functions in Python. Or in other words, anonymous functions are also called lambda functions. So we will be using this term lambda. So let's define a function lambda, and let's define input as a, and let's say a dot upper. So this is a very simple function which is like lambda a colon a dot upper. Before colon it is input and after colon it is output. So whatever input will come, it will convert it into uppercase. So if I just execute this statement, you can see this is a valid function in Python. And as you know, functional programming is one of the key things these days, because functional programming will allow you to write what to do rather than actually defining how to do. So it will not ask for the implementation, it is just asking what you want to do. So we want to convert to uppercase, so we are defining a function here without writing any for loop. So we are not defining any implementation here. So this particular thing, if I just pass this function, I am passing, this is a demo, and I'm passing this argument to this function, and I'm not giving any name to this function, and I execute it, then I am able to get this is a demo. So I am able to convert my input to uppercase using this lambda function without giving any name. Anonymous function, I am able to get the results. Now we have so many other ways of implementing this functional programming. So when I say functional programming, functions can be passed as an argument to another function. So we have a map function. A map function is basically one-to-one function, and this one-to-one function means, like, if you have, let's say, 10 inputs to the function, then you will actually get 10 outputs from the function. So let's say map, and you are defining, let's say, some function, and let's say the function is this only. So this is my input, and I am passing a list, and this list is another demo, another demo, another demo with list. So demo with list type, with list type, list data type. So I just defined. So before I execute it, I will just show you the map method definition. So in this, you can see it requires a function and then iterables. So this is my function which I'm passing, and I'm passing this list as an iterable, and I execute it, and I got this map function. So what I want to do is I want to print these values, like whatever values we just got through map function. I want to print it. I want to show like what exactly this map function is doing. So let's do one thing, like let's print this values and see what do we got through this map function. So you can see I am able to typecast this output of map function, and I am able to get this is another demo with list data type. So what we did here, we have one function, map function. We are passing another function as an input to this function. So when functions can be passed as an argument to another function, then it is called functional programming. And you can see functions are treated as first class citizens here. So we have one-to-one function. When I say one-to-one function, that means our input is having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements. These 7 elements are going as an input to the map function, and output also has 7 elements. So that means like it is one-to-one function. Similarly, now let's see 1 to 0 or 1 function, which is filter 1 to 0 or 1. So when I say 0 means missing value, 1 means presence of value. So we want to filter filter our list, and we want to filter with, let's say, only those elements which are having, let's say, is, right? So you can see this part, this is output, and this output should always be boolean, and I will simply replace this with, I will replace this with is in a. So what we are saying here is, whatever input will come, it will check for this boolean condition, is in the particular element or not. For this, is there, is there. For this one, is not there, is not there, is not there, is there. So that means we are expecting 3 elements out of it. So when I run this, then I got 3 elements instead of 7. So you can say the condition is getting met for these 3 elements, for others it is not getting met. So this is another example of passing function as an input to another function, and we are able to demonstrate functional programming, how functional programming works in Python. Similarly, we have other methods like reduce method, and there are other group by methods and other methods in Python. But for the time being, I think we are good, and we should move to user defined functions in Python. So user defined function, you will be defining function like def, let's say get shipping cost, let's say shipping month. Let's say I have this month and I want to retrieve shipping month from the shipping date. So I want to retrieve the shipping month specifically, and this shipping month will be, let's say, January, February. So I want to specifically retrieve what is the shipping month. So let's say my input to the method is shipping date. So I'm just writing shipping timestamp. So as shipping timestamp. Right, so this is my input, and I will be writing colon here because there are no curly braces here, or we don't specify any braces to define our if-else statement or for loops. So this is an example of user defined function, or we can say custom function. So we have, let's say, a dictionary, and this dictionary has, let's say, M, which is containing all the months, and I will be keeping a mapping. Let's say this map is January, and we have, let's say, another one which is like February, let's say I keep it simple. I just keep Jan, Feb, and I'm keeping only 3 elements here to save time, and I will just keep it here March. Okay, so let's say we have this dictionary with all the 12 months, but just to keep it simple, I am keeping only 3 elements, and here I am trying to retrieve, let's say, from this timestamp I want to retrieve the month part. So how I will be making call to this method, I will be writing something like this, and I will be having, let's say, 2020, and here I have, let's say, month is 09, let's say, and the date is 23rd, and then after that, let's say, time is 10 o'clock in the morning, and something like this. So I have this date time format, and I will be making call to this method, but I need to first of all extract few elements. So I will extract this particular month from the timestamp. How? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will be extracting, I will be doing string slicing here, and I will be retrieving like this. So I got the month, and this month is let's say it's in 03 format. I want to convert into number, so I will be typecasting it into a number. So I will be saying return M, and I will say integer and I will convert this into month. So let's define this method, let's run it, and I am able to retrieve March from this method. So I'm able to get the shipping month using the timestamp, shipping timestamp. So I'm able to define a custom function. Through this custom function, you can see we learned how to use dictionary, how do we do type casting in Python, because this is a practical application. You can see instead of 03 I need 3, so I will be typecasting 03 into 3 using int, and then I will be able to get the result from this dictionary, and we got March. So hope you got the idea how do we work with functions in Python, how do we define lambda functions, how do we work with map method, filter method, user defined functions. So this will be helpful to you in applying functional programming in Python.